So if you click this video, you definitely love running the wheel strategy. But the wheel strategy has a lot of pros, of course, but it also has a lot of cons. And I'm going to show you exactly how I've taken my wheel strategy to the next level by plugging a few key leaky buckets. And if you drop a comment down below on today's video, guys, you're going to get my full Ark Options Strategy playbook completely for free, no strings attached. And while you're down there, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button and that subscribe button. And of course, guys, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day. Remember, everything we talk about on this channel is not financial advice. Please go consult with a financial advisor. These are just my ideas and how I enjoy playing the market. So first and foremost, guys, what we have to talk about is just really bring up to speed everybody that's watching, right? We love to sell cash secured puts and covered calls. Sounds complicated? It's not. Let me show you real quick how this situation works with our cash secured puts and our covered call calculator. So the first thing we need here is a stock that we are wanting to buy 100 shares of, okay? Now, most people will go out there and they will buy their 100 shares of SoFi here for $27.43. But there's smarter ways to run this position. Let's go to trade SoFi options. We're going to sell a put and we are going to go 34 days away at the time of recording this video. All I'm saying here is I'm willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi at close on February 13th. And you guessed it, I get to name my price. And you know I ain't paying no market value of 27 bucks. I'm going to look at, hey, what price am I comfortable purchasing 100 shares of SoFi? Now, let's just say I like the 25s. I want to buy 100 shares of SoFi. That's about, $2 off, a little over $2 off the current market value. Love SoFi. I want to get into it, right? And for that, you will be rewarded a credit. This is called premium. This is income in your pocket that's deposited immediately into your brokerage account. And I always make sure, watch your bid-ask spreads, guys. Watch your bid-ask spread, especially with those low liquids options. But right here, you could say for the most part, it's fairly tight. So we would assume we get filled around $102, right around that bid price. Now, what do? Okay, perfect. We collected $102 of premium. Awesome. Obviously, results fire, just what I'm seeing at my screen at the time of recording this video. We do have to lock up some collateral for this position to buy those 100 shares. Nothing I do on this channel ever is on margin, naked, or anything like that. Everything is covered with cash or covered with shares. I saw my dad lose everything in 2008, lost his mind, lost everything, and that's the last thing I'm ever going to do. I don't give a crap how quickly I can make gains by using margin and stuff like that. Do what you want, but not me. But with that said, we are locking up $2,500 in collateral, right? That is to cover if we have to buy 100 shares of SoFi in 34 days. And you can see here, we get a pretty outsized return on our collateral. How is this return calculated? I'm simply taking the premium and dividing it by the collateral. That's giving me out a 4%. Higher risk play for sure, but if you love the stock, that may be something you're going to get into. Me personally, I love SoFi, but go do your own research on this company. And this is all well and good, right? 34 days roll by, right? Let's say you let it just go to expiration date. One of two things can happen, right? Let's say SoFi is trading above $25 at expiration, right? It's 26, 27. Fantastic. Your $2,500 is returned back to you. But what if it's trading at $24 at expiration? Oh no, you're going to get assigned at $25. Oh man, what do we do now? Right? So let's just assume that you're assigned, right? SoFi at 25 at close on the February 13th because it's trading at $24. Okay. If that happens, what we can immediately do is flip to selling covered calls. Now, again, guys, you can grab all my cash secured put calculators and my covered call calculators that I feature here on the channel by attending the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. That is the first link in the description of today's video. So make sure you go click that, and then you also get my full trade log template to keep yourself nice and organized. So now that we no longer have our $2,500, right? Now we have 100 shares of SoFi at a cost basis of $25. And obviously that premium, that stayed with us. You can even factor that into your cost basis if you like, right? So you're technically your shares are around $24 cost basis. But I don't usually do that, especially when I'm selling options, because I want to assume that premium I'm going to collect the full amount of and not factoring it into my cost basis unless I absolutely have to. Okay? Now, there's one thing that I quickly missed out on, and I'm going to tell you about it right now, is Robinhood is robbing you blind, right? Because guess what was happening over those 30 days that your puts were waiting to buy? And let's say you didn't end up buying them. Let's say another month goes by and you do the 25 put, you're collecting more premium and over and over and over again. They're using your money, that $2,500 that they're locking up, they're using your money and they're making money off your money while you get none of the money. Okay. And when I realized that, I was like, you know what? That's insanity. If you wanted to have my money in your brokerage account, you're going to pay me. But the problem with Robinhood is they're great marketers and they are a fantastic interface for beginners. But with that said, that is part of the reasons that I made my full switch over to Fidelity. Fidelity, if you're watching, I will gladly take a sponsorship. But with that said, Fidelity offers you passive interest on your collateral, meaning let's say, and this really adds up if you're running a wheel strategy with $100,000, $1 million portfolio, you are earning interest on your collateral similar to a high yield savings account while you are waiting to buy stocks. Okay, so that $2,500 or $100,000, the amount is irrelevant, right? Interest is interest, right? You would be earning, right, passive interest on your collateral while you wait to buy stocks, right? And this is extremely low-hanging fruit. An extra 4% a year. I don't know about you. I'm not passing that up, right? And this is one of the first leaky holes that a lot of people have with their wheel strategy is they don't realize that they can do this. You can do this with Charles Schwab as well. It's a little bit more manual with their money market fund. So check with your brokerage if they offer something like this, okay? Fidelity, from my research, is the only one that it's completely passive. Like literally when you set up your account, you select, hey, uninvested cash, put in SPACs, perfect, okay? And then it just does it all passively for you, all well and good. Love it, right? But other ones, you may need to keep it in a money market fund and then transfer it over to cover your cash secured put assignment, okay? Super, super important to make sure you do that, right? This is one of my number one tips I tell people, and they're like, what, right? And then the next emotional response is, oh, I've lost so much money. You didn't lose. You can adjust. You can do the pain in the butt process of moving to a brokerage that's actually going to take care of you and give you a piece of that pie, okay? But with that said, going back to our covered call side, right? Now, let's say you own 100 shares of SoFi here, of roughly around that call space. We'll just say around the current market value because, again, it's going to skew all the numbers. What we can then do is sell calls, right? And we obviously want to sell for more than we bought. So let's just assume you own 100 shares of SoFi at $27 a share, and you want to sell them for, let's say $31 if it gets to $31 on the expiration date. And we collect just about, let's just say $95 of premium here. I'll put my $95 in my covered call calculator. Now, again, all these are free at the end of the Ark Options Workshop. First link in the description. Our strike of the option, we said we're willing to sell for 31. Our purchase strike price, we said, is around current market value of 27. And we have a nice juicy premium return of 3.52. How am I getting that? It's simply 95 divided by 2,700. 27 times 100, that's your cost basis, right? And 95 divided by that. And that's how it gets it. Now, you obviously cap your upside with covered calls. This is the biggest risk of it. Because let's say at close on the 13th, right? So if I'm trading at like $35, well, guess what? Your butt's selling at 31, and you better be happy about it because you're locked in gains, not paper gains. Me personally, I'm okay with that. I treat option selling like I would treat a business. Profit's profit. I'm taking my chips off the table. I'm reinvesting into new opportunities. That's the way I run things with this. My buy and hold, sure, I don't touch it. But when I'm in the option selling game, I treat this like anything can happen. And listen, trust me, I'm sleeping very, very, very well at night knowing I locked in a trade that I just bought a month ago at 27 and I sold at 31. Even if I missed out on any further gains. Trying to time the top, good luck with that to you. But that's not how I do things here, right? So my potential profit on the share is an extra $400. Total profit with the premium $495 plus anything I collected on the cash secured put side. Obviously a fantastic return. Second thing that can happen is obviously you don't sell your shares, and that's okay too, right? Let's say SoFi stays flat around 27, right? Not a problem, right? You don't sell your shares and you run a covered call the following month. Now, what's the other part of the Ark Option Strategy? Now, I obviously love running the SoFi, but it's not quite an Ark Option Strategy stock. An Ark Option Strategy stock is a stock that pays a dividend, right? So, for example, one of my favorite companies is Procter & Gamble, has a decent dividend, and let's say you own 100 shares of Procter & Gamble, or you get assigned with your cash secured puts on your Procter & Gamble. Well, guess what, right? We can go out, right? And we can even play a little bit further out, right? We don't have to be super aggressive, right? Because now we're collecting monthly covered call premiums, and we are also collecting, right, a dividend from the company as well. Now, with dividend paying stocks, I'll often like to do weekly. So, sometimes you'll see on your options exchange, there's some stocks that, again, they're just not liquid enough to have weekly options, right? But some do, like a Procter & Gamble. So what I like to do on these as well, sometimes right now I'm primarily focusing on monthlies just with time and stuff. But what I like to do is run weeklies on nice, good quality dividend paying stocks, right? So in this, for example, let's just say I'll play fairly close to the money. Let's see what this delta is, 38, little aggressive. Let's just see what the return on collateral is about. Let's just say $93 of premium. Let's toss this into the covered call calculator, $93. Let's say our strike of option, what did we say it was? 143 on the option. Purchase strike price, we'll say we're right around the money. Let's just say you bought 100 shares at 141. Fantastic, 141. Okay, so take a look at this. 0.66%. Is that good as a bet? Obviously, make your own financial decisions. For me, in a week to make 0.66% of my money, and if I do that every single week, is it good? I like it. Personally, I do, right? Because I don't mind if I end up having to sell my Procter & Gamble. I got a huge list of great dividend-paying stocks that I love running this on, and I'll move on to different opportunities. But sometimes what I'll end up doing is if I'm like, you know what, that's just not worth it. That's so close to the money, and I'm not really rewarded, is I'll adjust, right? Like, this is a game of adjustments, guys. You have to kind of think for yourself and think on the fly here, is I'll go look at the monthlies at that point, right? Because, and again, you have to take your ex-dividend date into consideration here, all right? So then I'll be like, okay, well, what if I can maybe, if I do so, I want to get a little bit more, maybe that is a little too close to the money for the weeklies, and let's say I go monthly, 146, I'm collecting, $145 in premium, probably a little bit more, but look how wide that bid-ask spread is. Let's just say I'll get filled around 175, I'll collect 175 of premium on this end, right? Now I get to sell at 146, right? Take a look at this. My premium here in return is about a 1.24%, right? In about a month. Now, again, you kind of have to weigh these risks for yourself and your experience and your risk tolerances. Obviously, on this trade, we're capturing a lot more appreciation profit. But if we're able to do weeklies and not necessarily get assigned here, right, we would get a much better return, closer to a 2% return running on the monthlies here. But again, the fifth pillar, right, of the Ark Options strategy is to actually end up selling your shares, right? I know that's blasphemous to say, it triggers a taxable event. Oh my gosh, right? But in my personal opinion, I am not, with option selling, I treat this as if I'm running a business, a company, and the purpose of a company is to generate profits and reinvest those profits, not necessarily always just kicking the can down the road. And that's my contrarian take. Guys, if you want my 2 premium calculators as well as my full trade lock template, no strings attached, it's 100% free. You're going to get that at the end of my Ark Option Strategy workshop where I walk through all the stuff that we covered in today's video in way more depth. So click that first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.